years, people would value storytellers, movie directors, actors, writers, podcast creators, what have you. If people would value the storytellers or the stories themselves. And after a long minute, my mom says, I don't know, but I hope so. And that response and that question stuck with me for such a long time that day that I really felt compelled to make a video about it, because stories are so important. They honestly are, and it would baffle me that people would think they aren't. Like, it's gotten to the point where I honestly can't imagine my life without stories. And let me just tell you why, because I need to explain this, and I need to explain it well. So, the thing about stories is that they allow us to confront ideas that we're not all that comfortable with in a setting that is safe. They allow us to talk about issues that are affecting us today and allow us to shift the perspective so it makes sense to those who are oppressing others. Stories have the power to change, the power to innovate, the power to inspire. Think about all those Star Trek episodes that started in the 70s, 60s? They were stories that were about peace in space, billions of light years away from us. They were stories that inspired us to want holodecks and to want devices where we communicate between, like, radio signals. A couple decades later, we came up with the cell phone. We came up with the ideas that interracial couples are not a big deal, that it should be commonplace after the first interracial kiss happened on that TV show. But the thing about stories is that they are innocuous. People don't think very much about them because, oh, it's just a story, it's just this. But they have a monumental impact on a person, on our perspectives. They allow us to see into the eyes of someone we can't normally see into. They allow for empathy. And I think that's really important, because in a day and age where we are so open to everything, we are making video logs, we're posting how we feel on the internet, we're making friends with people that are continents away. It's important to have empathy, and it's important to have perspective. With stories, I think they're one of the most important tools that we have for learning, especially learning from our past mistakes. If we didn't have stories, we wouldn't realize how bad slavery was. We wouldn't realize that we have problems that need to be fixed. We wouldn't realize exactly what it was that made us bad if we didn't have stories, if we couldn't look at the ugly side of ourselves. And I think it's important to value creators, it's important to value the stories themselves, and it's important to keep them coming. Because as much as people say stories have already been done, every story that's ever possible to be made has been made, we still need to keep putting them out because they inform our opinions. They make us human in a way. We created language to tell stories around the first fires centuries ago. We created stories that have lasted through the ages. The Iliad and the Odyssey made centuries, years and years ago. Shakespeare's works are still around today and inform the way that we think about plays and the way that we think about creating characters. Stories set us apart from other species. Stories make us human. They are the heart of what it means to be human. And I hope to God that in 30 years, we'll still think that, and I'll still think that. So, until next time, the Tarot Nerd out.